And I think that's like what's lacking us, I guess, like for me personally, like I think our adaptation like to like new champions is kind of slow, and I think that's what hinders us for like most of our progress. And I think once we figure that out, like we're gonna be like undisputably like rank or just rank one again.
Hey guys, Parks Owsley here with the Shotcaller, joined by Xmithie, the jungler for Team Liquid. You guys just had a pretty tough game, but you came back at the end of it all. So how's the team doing after a win like that compared to, you know, just a nice solid performance?
Well, our morale after the game was like not really that good because like pretty much like we just won because of like their mistakes. Yeah, like I'm glad that our team mental fortitude, like that game was really strong and we were able to come back, but there was a lot of mistakes for us.
So what then happens when, you know, it's 0-6 in just the first couple minutes of the game? Yeah, it was. It was 0-1, 0-1, 0-2, 0-1, 0-1. And, you know, they just kept pressuring really hard. How did you even manage to you know, kind of calm down and take control of the game, even if they were making mistakes? How did you keep yourself alive?
We were just thinking after we died. We were just thinking like what their next plan is. What can we counter? Like we just tried to predict what they were gonna do and try to counter it. So like they went to bot side a lot that game, and then we got a lot of kills off of it, and then we were able to come back. And yeah, like there were still a lot of mistakes after that. Like we were playing really poorly in the beginning, but yeah, like we were just playing on one call. Like whoever made the call, like we were just gonna follow it, and yeah, we won.
Yeah, it did work out in the long run. You also you maybe could have even won sooner, which is you know, even more impressive. But Lorlo had some pretty crazy Gnar ults. But you also always seem to be perfectly positioned. You know, like you're in the front, you know, with your ult on, tanking everything. Ole had his shield up every time perfectly. Was that just like another thing that slowed you down? Was it just really good play from him?
Yeah, I think he made a lot of good plays like during the team fight. But I think just one of the reasons like they didn't really have an AD carry, so like I was fine like literally just like tanking 3 people, like while my team like kills Camille or like Gnar. And then I think he did like 2 or 3 5-man Gnar ults, which is pretty cool. Like we almost lost like some team fights because of it. But yeah, I think we just had a better team cup later on in the game, because Heimer gets kind of useless because like when we have a Braum and then you just like if he REs, like Braum just blocks it, and then Fiddle is just like a sort of engaged champion, and they don't really have any like damage to kill either me or like just the backline fast enough.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, well, I guess, you know, it worked out. Maybe next time they'll have some more AD. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about you two teams then, because there are actually a lot of old Liquid players on Golden Guardians. So is there any sort of rivalry there with you guys, or kind of some fun banter at all?
To me specifically, no, because I was only Team Liquid for like this year, and I didn't really form a connection between like any of the Team Liquid, like Lorlo, Mickey. Like I guess like the only one that I'm actually close to like a Liquid player is Xpecial, because we hang out like outside the game and then we just like chill usually. And yeah, I don't really see any rivalry pretty much from any team as of now, as maybe like I think the most is probably like either CLG or maybe even TSM, but like not really strongly.
All right, so nothing necessarily coming out there, but
no spicy.
It's definitely kind of fun to watch.
Yeah.
You know, the narratives kind of going together. So let's talk a little bit about champion picks. We have seen, you know, obviously this meta this year has been pretty crazy. You specifically are picking Gragas. We've also seen a couple other people picking it, sometimes top. Is that mostly a pick that kind of came about to, you know, disrupt Kindred in the Ultimate and stuff like that? What's kind of the purpose behind this Gragas?
I think that's like one of those like the small things that like it was kind of good at Kindred, because like you can ulti people out of the Kindred ulti. But it was mainly like they buffed Gragas like pretty significantly actually when they buffed his W from like 8 seconds to 5 seconds. So that's really big. And then I think he's kind of good, but he's not really as strong as like the junglers right now, like Kindred, Graves, Trundle. Like it's just like the outliers, like maybe like B plus or like there's like sort of A tier. And I think like one of his problems is just like his, like he has a grab culture, but like his mobility is really slow. Like he's like one of the slowest like melee junglers or melee champions in general. Like I think there was one champion that was like he was like a ranged mage that I was like he was faster than me. And I was a Gragas player. And like it was like 330 move speed, so it's like it's pretty slow for jungling wise, but his clears is pretty good.
So does playing him versus playing some of the other meta junglers change the way that you as a whole team have to kind of, form your strategies?
Yeah, I think like whenever a new champion just comes in, like we have to like practice it or see if it's good, or else we're just gonna be behind the meta. And I think that's like what's lacking us, I guess, like for me personally, like I think our adaptation like to like new champions is kind of slow, and I think that's what hinders us for like most of our progress. And I think once we figure that out, like we're gonna be like undisputably like rank 1 again.
Yeah, and you luckily have held on to that first place, even though it has looked a little shaky. In one of those games, actually, they showed us the comms afterward, and it was one of the games that it seemed like you guys were kind of falling apart. And you said, like, guys, we just have to make a call. Like, we just have to actually figure something out here. Mm-hmm. How much of that have you been able to work on in scrims and practice? Like, I think in this game, maybe, that showed because you were kind of falling apart and you did hold on. But how much of, the kind of like staying focused are you actually working on?
Well, it's mainly for most of my team. Like, usually a lot of like there's like some tendencies that usually players get really tilted, or like just like if something goes wrong, like it usually falls apart. I think, but it doesn't happen, or like we recover from it really well because like we're just all veterans and we played this game for a long time. And then yeah, like stuff happens sometimes, like where you fall behind and someone makes a mistake and you get affected by it, but you just have to work as a team or else you're just not going to win at all.
Yeah, for sure. So are you, confident moving forward? You have the first place spot, still tied with a couple people, and we'll see if 100 Thieves, keeps up in first. Are you still confident moving forward that, going into playoffs, you will, keep your spot at the top of the standings and make it to Worlds this year?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident on like for us getting to Worlds. I think that's like my main goal, just to like get like the best seeding for Worlds for us. So yeah, like getting like the championship again for like Summer Split is good, but my biggest goal is just to like either like win Worlds or just like at least like top 4.
And when do teams start preparing for international? I mean, I know we've got a long way there, but when does it start creeping into your minds?
Probably like around playoffs area, like where we have to figure out like will this stuff work for international teams, or like are we just like gonna be just NA's champion and then just gonna be a laughing stock after that? So like we figure out like, and then usually we boot camp after like before Worlds, probably Korea, and yeah, cause it's gonna be in Korea, right? Like Worlds, yeah.
We don't know when, but
yeah, most likely.
So yeah, I mean, I only asked because we've seen TSM years prior, like they're picking Galio mid every game, and people are like, "You're bad at it. Why are you doing it?" Oh, it's for international. What do you think? Then, since we seem to have kind of a similar game plan going into international every year, where we'll boot camp and do whatever. Does much change year to year on our planning and preparation for that?
Every time I go to Worlds, actually, like every year, like I feel like we're improving. Like I feel that when I was second time going to Worlds, I think with CLG, with like Darshan, Afremu, and like Peter, we were pretty confident on like winning Worlds that year. And then like some mishaps happened. Like I didn't get a visa until like the last day of our boot camp, and we didn't really practice. But yeah, I think like year after year, like personally myself, I just try to do my best as like, because I really want to do really well internationally, and that has been my goal every year.
All right. Well, hopefully we will get to see that, as in the next coming months. Best of luck on the journey.
Thank you.
That does it for us. Before we go, let's play rock, paper, scissors.
All right.
Have you prepared? Have you thought?
Wait.
Do you know what you're throwing?
No, I'm not going to think anything. I'm just like going to throw it.
It's all instinct. All right. Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors. Ah, dang it. All right. Thank you so much. We will catch you guys next time. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching that video. To see some more Shotcaller League of Legends content, you can find some videos off to the side, or like and subscribe. And also please share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it, and we will see you guys next time.